30 things you should know before visiting South Korea, otherwise you might get in trouble or get embarrassed. But don't worry, after watching this video, you would be completely aware of the things that you should do or you should not do. So the first thing is visa requirement. So if you are visiting South Korea, you should know that what kind of visa you need to visit South Korea. There are a lot of different visa categories and you have to find out that which one is suitable for you. The most common tourist visa is C39. So try to find out the suitable visa according to your need. Second thing is currency. If you are visiting South Korea, then you must know about South Korean currency, which is Korean won. That is completely different from the currency that you use in your country. So before visiting South Korea, make sure that you know everything about Korean currencies. The third thing is language. This thing is really very important. If you are visiting South Korea, so South Korean language is completely different from your language and you have to learn some phrases to interact with the locals. You are shopping, then you want something, how to converse with the shopkeepers or the people, the locals around South Korea. And the second thing, you can use language translation apps like Papago. Papago is a really very convenient app. I also use it even in my country when I'm trying to learn Korean language. There is a function in Papago that you can click the picture of the thing that you want to translate. It would automatically translate it into your language, English or any other language that are available in Papago app. I have done a research that everyone is suggesting this Papago app because it has lot of good features that are really very convenient for tourists. It is possible that you must be learning Korean language, but not everyone is learning Korean language. So in this way, if you are visiting South Korea, you should use app Papago. The fourth thing is transportation, and transport system in Korea is really very convenient. If you want to take taxi, bus or subway, there is a card called T-Money card which you can top up with any amount and you can visit everywhere just by using that T-Money card. The fifth thing is internet access. As we know that internet is really very necessary, so when you are visiting South Korea, you will need internet. So if you want to access internet in South Korea, there are three ways. Number one is prepaid SIM. You can get a prepaid SIM at convenience store or at major airports. The second way is Wi-Fi egg. And this is really very convenient for you because you can take it wherever you want and can access to internet. If you are visiting rural places in South Korea, then these Wi-Fi eggs are really very convenient for you. You can easily get that Wi-Fi egg at rent at airport when you arrive in South Korea. Third thing is free Wi-Fi. As you know that South Korea is a very tech-savvy country and you can get internet wherever you want. So you can get free internet at places like restaurants, hotels and public spaces. But the speed of the Wi-Fi can vary according to the places. So these are the three ways by which you can access to internet in South Korea as a tourist. The sixth point is accommodation. There are a lot of cost efficient places in South Korea where you can stay as a tourist. Second way is really very efficient by getting the help of locals. They know all the places that are available at low prices for tourists. So this is really very convenient. The seventh thing is food. And this is really very important. We cannot ignore food. Let me tell you that South Korea is a really meat eating country. And if you are a vegan, then it would be really hard for you to find vegetable dishes or vegan dishes. But if you know how to cook, then it would be really very beneficial for you. Yes, it is difficult to find vegan food in South Korea, but it doesn't mean that it is impossible to find vegan food. There are some vegetarian options that you can have as a vegan, like japchae, kimbap, bibimbap, tteokbokki, which is a snack, vegetable pancakes, kimchi. There are a lot of vegan banchan dishes that you can try in South Korea. And if you are a non-vegetarian, then South Korea is a paradise for you. Next thing is dining etiquette. If you are with elderly people, then you would have to keep in mind that there are some etiquettes while dining in Korea. You should not eat before elders. You should share your banchan with other people. So there are some dining etiquettes that you should follow when you visit South Korea. You cannot offer tips in South Korea because they don't support tipping. If you are visiting South Korea from a Western country, then it would be really a new experience for you that you cannot offer tips in restaurant, hotels or anywhere. Even though South Korea is a very safe country, But this is common sense that if you are a tourist in a country, you should pay attention towards the places that you are visiting because you are not a citizen and you don't know the places that you are visiting. You should try to avoid suspicious places or people as much as possible. It is not related only to South Korea but any country. Wherever you go, try to be safe. Weather of South Korea is really very unpredictable. Sometimes it is a sunny day, sometimes it starts raining. You should be prepared in those conditions and try to carry an umbrella so you don't get drenched in South Korea. As I have already mentioned, South Korea is a very traditional country and they follow their traditions very seriously. So when you are in South Korea, try to show proper respect to the tradition and culture and try to respect the elders. If you are in emergency in South Korea, then you can find public restrooms everywhere and they are very neat and clean and they have proper facilities in them. But as a tourist, you should also carry tissues and wet wipes. If you have reached this far, you can like and subscribe to my channel for more Korea related content. Now let's continue the video. You should try to carry some comfortable footwear. In South Korea, when you visit someone's house, you have to take off your shoes before entering the house. There are a lot of places in South Korea where you are not allowed to wear shoes. They provide you shoes and slippers before entering the place. South Korean people generally respect personal spaces, so try to avoid standing close to the people and don't make loud noises in the public places. Most of the people in South Korea speak Korean language, but there are also some people who speak basic English. So you can communicate using Korean language or English. But it is better to use a Papago app where you can translate the things that you want to say to the local people or anything that you want to do and you need a proper communication. Then you can use language translation app like Papago, which is really very famous and convenient. If you are visiting South Korea, then it is not possible that you won't be shopping. South Korea is a great place for shopping lovers. You can find different type of item related to fashion, cosmetics, food or everything in Korea. If you want to upgrade your bargaining skill, then you should visit Korea's traditional markets. They are really very popular among tourists. Korea has a very big and popular drinking culture. If you consume Korean content like me, then you must have noticed that Korean used to have a drink even with the food they are eating. They love to have a drink with their meals. And the most popular drink of South Korea is soju, which is a Korean traditional beverage. Avoid smoking in public places in South Korea because smoking is prohibited in public places. So you should keep this thing in mind. South Korea has a modern healthcare system, so it is recommended to have a travel insurance that covers medical expenses. If you visit South Korea as a tourist, you should know some emergency numbers like 112 for police, 119 for fire and ambulance, and 1339 for medical emergencies. There would be a lot of cultural differences between you and the local people of Korea, so try to be respectful of local customs and traditions. When you visit temples in South Korea, dress modestly and avoid making loud noises and taking places in restricted areas. If you are visiting South Korea, then you should take a DMZ tour, but try to book the tour in advance as it requires special arrangements. South Korea is a country where numerous festivals are celebrated throughout the year. So check the calendar and try to attend one if you have the chance. South Korea is really very popular for its beauty products. So when you visit South Korea, you will find lot of cosmetic shops and consider trying some K-beauty trends. There are a lot of beautiful mountains and national parks in South Korea. Hiking is a really very popular activity in South Korea. So you can experience hiking by taking the trails of all level of experiences. Nowadays pollution is really very high in the atmosphere. So it is recommended that you should carry mask. And you have already noticed that in South Korea people used to wear mask a lot. And the last thing is that enjoy your experience, enjoy your visit in South Korea. Try to take lot of pictures and don't miss any moment because South Korea is a great country to visit and experience lot of beautiful things. But if you still have other questions in your mind, then you can ask me in the comment section and I will try to give you answers through my videos.